So we just decided to record this comparison of EMO, energy and motion, the way we use it, the way we know it for 20 years, what we've learned from it, and star matrix, which is a newer direction for us to explore. And we're doing a compare and contrast to understand the differences. So, first of all, EMO. What we know about EMO is we can feel where we're hurting, where we've met a life experience, where we're not able to handle it, where we weren't able to handle it at the time and it's being re-triggered now. So an energy blockage, we can go there, we can add energy, and we can evolve, and therefore we expand ourselves to become the person who can handle that now, who's grown up through that life experience. So there is expansion and evolution and learning that happens with EMO. And according to how much energy flow we create, we're growing in love. And that is a directly experienced and lived reality that we've been living for 20 years, practicing EMO. So we know that as a fact about EMO. EMO is evolution, expansion, and love, and growing in love and compassion. How does star matrix work in comparison?
In comparison, like we can take that experience that we had in EMO and see it as a star in the matrix.
Yeah, the new experience that we've created when we evolved ourselves, we've now created an enlightenment moment, a new star, which we call the healing event, which is a moment of illumination and power and learning and spiritual experience. So we actually, when we do EMO, we create new star events from the transformation. So thank you. That's really another plus for EMO when we do it. This creates new star events.
But star matrix also has a plus from that. Because in star matrix we can do something that we do not do in EMO, because we can extract additional wisdom out of the star event that we had.
Well, we could do that with EMO once we've created it, because we just maybe didn't ask those questions. But we can ask the same questions when we have our healing event. What is true now? What is significant about this? What has changed because of this in my life? What does it mean about who I am right now in this moment of transformation? So we can still get the wisdom out of the star event of a healing event after we've done EMO. But the star matrix approach is different because, okay, so here I am at the starting point. I'm in pain, I'm struggling, I'm in stress, I'm reacting to life. So the star matrix says, okay, accept that this is so, we accept this is the reality at the moment. But instead of looking at that painful reality to evolve it by adding energy to it, we say, okay, where else in my life have I lived and experiencing the energy that I need already there, that I would need to handle this? So it's saying that in my underlying makeup, in the infrastructure of me, of the energy system, there is a version of me already there that knows how to do this, that can handle this experience that I'm struggling in right now. Let's go there. So then we turn our attention to that place and we connect to the energy of that by telling the story of what happened that day and what happened that made that moment so. And we tune in and we access that energy and we embody that energy all over again. And then, because we probably didn't do it in the moment, we didn't dwell on it in the moment to get all the golden nuggets and wisdoms and treasures on it. We do that. So we step back into that moment, we get the wisdom, we get the power, we get the strength, we get the natural talents, we embody it, we realize the truth of who we are, what abilities we have and powers we have.
Yeah.
And now we've stepped into the energy that we need. So now we can bring that to the situation which we were struggling with, and be that person in front of that situation.
Yeah. So like the difference between the star matrix and the EMO in this case is in star matrix we have already in storage what we create in the EMO process. Like
that's it. So star matrix is saying it's already there. What we need is already there. We just need to find the moment in our life where we live that. And there is one. You might not remember it consciously, but it's there. We just need to dig it up and then go and have a look at that and just polish up that diamond a bit and then get into that energy. So that's interesting. However, the question I have is with EMO, I feel that there is expansion, deepening and widening of the heart of our energy channel. I feel this is a growth, a maturity, an evolution. Is that something that EMO gives that star matrix doesn't? Is this star matrix is saying it's already there, there's nothing to evolve? But is that true for life, that there's nothing to grow, to handle, to widen, to develop the ability?
Yeah, like, but there's that a growth is also in star matrix when we can kind of step into it and experience the wisdom in it, and that is also an expansion, no? That we can extract from it.
You're right, because when we live it in the moment, the star moment, and we have that wow or that movement of energy that takes place in that moment, we don't dwell on it to kind of take what is in there for ourselves. So you're right. So there is an expansion
we can visit and we can visit it, revisit it, and we can completely revisit and find a different kind of energy in it, a different layer of energy in it. It's not the same thing.
That becomes revealed, uncovered in the process. So therefore, there is an expansion and evolution with star matrix as well, which I hadn't really become conscious of. That also happens with star matrix, and it's expansion of awareness of who we really are. Expansion of the embodiment of who we really are as well, which the glimmer of light of the star moment gives us a glimmer of, but we don't take advantage of it. We don't mine it. We're not mining it to show you what does this mean about reality, of the truth of life, of ourself and the world and our connection in the world and who we really are.
Like it's basically that, like when we do EMO, we are focused on the process, on the energetic process, but at the same time we also doing a meta comment level, but it's more an unconscious thing that we're doing, which we can re-examine in the star matrix and find more things in it that than we had in the EMO. So they can influence each other.
So is it a case of one or the other, or embracing that we have both?
Yeah, it's both.
That it's good that we have both, that we can turn the scar moment into a star moment through EMO and transformation with its expansion and the embodiment of following the healing event of who we become as a result of that moment that we've grown into. And Star Matrix says that's already there as part of who you are. You just don't know who you are yet. So
something like
the star moments show you who you are. Which star moment is the right one to show you who we really are that can handle this? So very interesting. It's a different way, a different route to the same place.
Yeah, true.
It's a different direction to the same place, which is who we really are, and knowing who we really are. Our soul, our shining self. So, but they both take us there by a different route. And so,
yeah, true.
If you don't want to go through the pain, through the uncomfortable feeling, to expand and grow into the light of who you really are, you don't have to. You can just find the light of who you are through you, shown up by your star moments, find the right one that's relevant to this, reveal it, reveal yourself in that moment, and then find yourself as you are in that moment and let that show you. It's just a different pathway to the same place.
And it can be also a question of speed, no? Like the
Good
star
point.
moment.
Good point.
When it comes,
very
it
important.
can be like that can be a warp speed thing. No?
Yeah, it is, because look, we were just talking earlier before the recording started. I was dwelling on, some things of the now recent happenings, which were emotional for me to deal with. And I switched to telling, a nice, beautiful, heart-touching story that happened also recently. The love messengers between the two buildings I was telling you about. And instantly, my energy switches into light and love and happiness and joy of that. So the speed, the warp.
Have you put that into this book of stars?
Not yet. No, I'm going to put what will I call them? The love messengers, the doormen.
Yeah, like also to examine the aspects.
They're worth it. They're worth actually examining those again. And so this is another point. When we want to learn from life, what are we, focusing on? So again, by dwelling on that star memory and spending time connecting with it and feeling the energy of it, getting the energy of it, interpreting information from that energy, and discovering truths of self and life and people and learning about life, that's also there to be had. But I want to just focus on the warp speed, because if I wanted to change my state from being, sad or feeling emotional and sadness and heaviness to being lightness, if I did it with EMO, I'd be sitting there with myself. Where do I feel it in my body? Allow. I'd be looking at the energy. I'd be giving love to the energy, be softening and flowing, speeding up the flow of energy through my body to now feel flow and go back to the subject, expand myself even more to evolve into the star event of the healing event of being transformed. How long would that take?
Yeah. How long would
and how long did it take actually to go from one state to the other? Just before we started this, like moments, and then to draw that energy, to draw it out even more. Moments.
Yeah, you mentioned that you have the story to tell, and I think you didn't even know why you wanted to tell it. No?
Yeah, it revealed it. Thank you, Energy Mind, for giving me that. But yeah, it didn't even I didn't even know why it was relevant, but it was significant to show me the speed of changing my state. So star matrix, by
Yeah.
focusing on the telling a star story, telling something happy and good that happened to you of late, even amidst the difficulties that's going on, very quickly brings you out of the low state into the high state of that story, and has the opportunity to learn something from that and to transform you. The speed is an important factor. How quickly you can change your state, get back to yourself and learn. So what else as we compare the two approaches?
Like both of them, both the star matrix, and the star matrix has a conversational element that you can like easily put it in or like let it flow into your normal conversation.
Yes.
No?
Yeah, the
And also
conversational aspect of star matrix makes it, you can do it, you can have that kind of conversation with anyone, anytime, easily, without doing therapy on yourself. You feel like it's not therapy, you just tell a story, and wow, you're from there to there before you know it. And so that's another point, the easy conversational aspect of star matrix compared to
but that,
doing a therapy.
Like what I have noticed is that EMO can also have a very easy conversational aspect. No? But that's an art to learn.
Yes, there is an art. You're absolutely right. You can gently have a conversation with someone to lead them into their body, to wonder, does it take a breath? Can they just allow that to be there and sit with it a moment and wonder at the possibilities? Can it soften and flow?
I just had an idea that this, like the EMO process, that would be a good thing to ask any kind of AI process to give us a language that uses more like normal language.
Language to do that. Yeah. So, and I found wondering about the possibilities is exploring the next state, the next best state from here. As you turn your attention to that and you start to dwell on that, you're using your intention and you're drawing the energy towards that. So I found that's, I wonder about, is that possible? And it's got this kind of curious observation place that you're in. And I find that language very easy to talk yourself through the journey, the emotional journey of EMO. Yeah, that's good. So any other kind of comparisons we can make between EMO and star matrix?
Like one thing that I have to say, like, is like, at least to me, it seems like that the star matrix is easier to learn.
Yes, it's easier. And the prospect, when you look at the prospect of working with somebody, and if you're the coach, facilitator, practitioner, and you have somebody who's, comes along and they're full of scars and stars, they've got a collection of scars and they've got a collection of stars, and there's you, the therapist, in front of this person. And if you think the normal thinking is, okay, here's lots of problems, let's see what we can heal and evolve. Okay, but the star matrix or the star therapist is looking at going, oh, stars, what we're going to discover today. And the feeling is like, oh, I'm excited. I know I'm going to have a good time. I know we are both going to have a good time together, telling star stories and learning from them and embodying that energy, helping the other to do that and being the facilitator for that. So my posture as the coach as I'm looking at my person in front of me, as I know I'm about to talk star stories, it's like, oh, how easier is that? How much nicer and enjoyable is that to do that compared to sitting with them? However, I have to also say, I also love that I have developed the ability to sit and give a loving, compassionate presence to somebody who is in the pain at the moment, and to support somebody in that evolution. I think that's very valuable. I think the value of that kind of love relationship with another person, to let them be in that energy as they work through something that's scarred in them, is beautiful and good and valuable also. So I don't want to kind of dismiss that in any way. I actually value that. That's compassion, and that's human relationship, and showing somebody that they can be loved when they're hurting in their scar moment. They can still be loved and lovable, and that is possible in life, and that is a valuable thing of life too. So I'm not dismissing one over the other. We're comparisons here. We're looking at just, compare and contrast between the two. So
like now we have another thing, the compassion journey, which is not like the same as EMO.
It's similar. It is energy movements, but we're talking about what the emotions of there, the conversation of compassion with yourself, how to have that, or compassion with your aspect, or compassion with another person, is about relationship. And so there's a dialogue, there's a conversation there taking place. How that energy movement works is very interesting. When you understand the movement, you can make compassion happen. Well, you can bring about the compassionate response, which is healing in its own right. Compassion is healing when you do it right, and you're not doing empathy, but you're doing real compassion. So there is that. But that's emerged out of EMO, observation of the energy movements, the stages of emotional response in the relationship, are an observation of the energy movements in that process. So it's kind of EMO related. Yeah. So okay, so we good. That was very interesting. Compare and contrast EMO and star matrix. Not to say one is better or more worthy than the other, but how are they? What do they offer? Each one has its precious
how are they
gifts.
related?
Each one has its gifts and star moments with it, and things to learn and appreciate, and the other has its own, other different gifts. And for me, I'm glad I have both. I think I feel blessed that I know how to deal with both, whether a scar comes along, or whether we decide to look at stars direction, or to respond with compassion and evolve that. I'm glad I have the power to do both, and therefore training and learning in both is valuable. And EMO, here's the thing, while you're exploring your stars, now you're in a higher energy, but we also want that energy to flow. So when we feel the emotion of like joy, it's good to actually feel it in your body and let it flow and grow, and let yourself embody it more. So EMO comes in also.
That's actually like an essential thing in the star, in any kind of star event or event at all. That they can flow through. That they are not. That they are flow through and are completed.
Yeah. So actually,
they are completed.
EMO is energy and motion, full stop. It's not just any energy and motion for scars. It's energy and motion for stars too. It's energy and motion for everything. The sun, the
Mhm.
trees, the colors, the people, everything of life is energy in motion. So that's a fundamental for everything to learn EMO. So even within star matrix, we are doing energy of the star energy in motion in us as well. So hence
Yeah,
EMO and star matrix, great combination. Great combination.
yeah, it's a good combination. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I think we did good there. I hope anybody watching has got some value of our insights that are helpful to you. And we hope it inspires you in the
I think there's also
direction.
there's more to explore in this.
There's more.
But
Well, we're a newer,
today,
on the journey of Star Matrix. You know, where it's a newer journey for us, and so we've got lots more to discover on the journey. And every time we have a session, like in the Star Matrix class, and we observe the energy dynamics that took place with the telling of a certain story in the place of the scar story to the star, we're learning new things, all of us together. And so it's very interesting. Yeah.
And it takes the time. Like the star matrix thing is good to do the courses several times. I think I'm at number 7 or something. No?
Yeah. So and I concur. I actually enjoy teaching it. As the coach teacher, I am lifted up as I participate, but I'm learning all the time. And you have to do it to have the experiences to learn from. And so the Star Matrix Master Course gives you the space and time for yourself to make your own journey to your own stars, to make your own personal discoveries about yourself, what that means, to learn the truth of your life and what's precious, and spend good time, because we're all feel good.
Also to explore the stars in a more profound way. You know? Like there's so many more layers to it.
Because when one person in the group is having this unraveling, embodying revelation process going on for them, we're all witness to that. And it's like we are touched and moved by that. And it's precious. It's the preciousness of life, not only for that person, but for us. We get star moments as we witness somebody else getting into their star. So it's a beautiful, uplifting, energizing activity to do together. And and good skills to learn. Okay, well, I think that's good for now, Dita. Thank you so much. And I'm grateful to have you there as a fellow explorer, that we can talk about things, look at them like
it's interesting to do these kind of things. No? It's like exploration and finding new ideas is a very good reflection thing. Like in a bubble.
Good. Okay then, so that's it for today, and I'll just stop the recording. So bye for now if you've been watching us, and hope to see you soon.
Yeah.